get it done, okay? No excuses. This time we get it done.
It has finally happened for Nebraska. In another marvelous and memorable contest at the Orange Bowl, they've finally done it. Nebraska coach Tom Osborne has brought an unbeaten, untied, #1 ranked team to this game. He has borne all of it through the years with a dignified, self-effacing manner, and now his great coaching resume is complete. While those of us in network television aren't supposed to root, I think we can allow ourselves a chance to smile and some words of appreciation for a man who has studiously avoided self-aggrandizement in an age all too devoted to style over substance. As we leave you now, try to imagine all across the Nebraska plains, this first national title in a generation is a wonderful way to start this new year and a wonderful and crowning moment in the career of Tom Osborne. Nebraska national champs, 24-17.
255 wins in 25 seasons, 3 national titles, nation-leading academic All-Americans, founder of a statewide mentoring program, congressman, and athletic director. To all of you, he is best known as Coach. Please welcome Tom Osborne.
Nice to listen to Ed talk and reminisce about how fired up you guys got. When I read the kicking teams, I thought that was probably the reason for most of our success. I'm a little surprised at how much you guys have aged. I know I stayed about the same. And the other day this was driven home to me. I went to this nursing home. I was supposed to meet somebody there and visit them. Pretty large nursing home. And I was having trouble finding the room. And so I finally saw this nice little old lady coming down the hall. I said, "Excuse me, ma'am." I said, I'm looking for this room and I can't find it. She said, "Oh, you poor dear." She said, "You just go to the front desk and they'll tell you who you are." So, when that happens to you, we're getting a little bit older. And, I would like to thank all the people that went into making up this season, this program. And of course, most of them, or a lot of them are here tonight. And particularly want to extend my best wishes to Milt and Charlie and George and Ron Brown, I think, is here this evening. And so one of the things that helped us along the way, of course, was a very good coaching staff that stayed together. As you guys may or may not know, the average coaching career, at least the length of stay for Division I coach, is about 3 years. That means on average you've got 9 assistants. You're replacing about 3 of them every year. And we replace one about every 2 or 3 years. And so when you have that kind of continuity, it certainly helps your recruiting, it helps your knowledge of the players, your communication. And so having these guys stay with me and with this program as long as they did was huge. And of course, the trainers, George and Jerry and Doak. Doak had a hard time figuring out. I had knee surgery one time, so I thought, well, I'll go down and see if they can help me out. And Doak didn't know which way your knee was supposed to bend. You kept bending it the wrong way. And but it took quite a few years to straighten that out. And of course, Bill Shepard's here tonight, and Bill Byrne. We're pleased to have Bill here, the academic staff, Dennis and Keith, Pat's here, Mary Lynn, and just appreciate all you guys and all the support that you give us over the years. Thought I would reflect a little bit on tomorrow's game. I don't know if you guys know it or not, but sometimes Bo Pelini gets wound up a little bit. And I used to go down and visit him in the locker room before the game, and he's always wound pretty tight. And I thought maybe tomorrow night what we could do would be to loosen him up a little bit. So I thought maybe Jacques Allen and I would go down. I know that Bo would appreciate hearing from Jacques. It's right before the kickoff. So anyway, whatever. We'll see if we can't work that out, Jacques, as time goes on. Well, let me just say a couple words about you guys and the season. In many ways, you may be the most memorable team that I coached, and primarily because of the sense of resolve and commitment that you guys had. And certainly it's already been alluded to, but that goes back to the Orange Bowl game the year before, where we had some unusual things happen. And I've still been looking for that clip on Corey Dixon's punt return, and I haven't seen it yet. I've still been trying to figure out where that guy cut loose of the ball when he scored, and we recovered it. But the thing that I always felt was the main objective was to play at the top level of college football, and we did that in '93. I don't think there's any question. And you know, I've talked to Bobby Bowden, and we played at a level where we were certainly deserving of the national championship in '93. And we came back, I think, with extra resolve because of what happened in '93. And so I've never been around a team that knew what they wanted to do, knew how they wanted to do it. And right from the get-go in January, we're totally committed to that prospect. And so I'll always appreciate the effort that you put into it and the determination that you had. Because as you know, there were lots of things that went on during that season that probably would have broken the back of a lesser team. At one point, we were down to one quarterback, and that was Matt Turman. And down there at K-State, Deepak Gangahar's here tonight, Dr. Gangahar. And he was trying to put Tommy back together, and then he tried to put Brooke back together. And so, you know, we had some real issues there. And but it didn't seem to me that no matter what happened, that you guys weren't going to let defeat overtake you. And so, I think that as a team, as Terry mentioned earlier, you guys had tremendous chemistry, tremendous resolve to win, tremendous work ethic, and you were a very physical football team. You know, and probably one of the most satisfying games that I can recall was the game against Miami. And you know, we fell behind 9 points twice in that game, and to take a team from 10%, 15% humidity down into an 85% humidity setting is difficult. And I talked to Howard Snellenberg one time, and Howard always said that, you know, he felt if they played in the Orange Bowl, particularly a team late in the season from the north, that they had anywhere from a 10 to 14 point advantage, and I'd have to say that's probably true. And so to overcome that type of factor, the home crowd on their home field, and to come from behind twice, and to come from behind in the fourth quarter, and to win was really significant. Because Miami, I believe, had only lost one game in 71 home games. So that was about 10 years plus, and so that was something that didn't happen very often. And so let me just conclude by thanking you for your efforts, thanking you for all the things that you have represented. And the thing that has been certainly the greatest satisfaction to me has been to see you guys mature and grow as people, and to become good husbands, good fathers, and people who've done well in your careers and in your lives. And essentially, that's been the most meaningful thing about athletics. You know, the trophies are nice, the rings are nice, few memories of championships are good, but essentially it's the relationships that count. And I had a chance to talk to several guys today, and probably one or two or three or four guys every week at some point. And so those relationships have been enduring, and they have meant a lot to me, and I'm pleased that it means a lot to you guys. So thank you for all that you've done, and really proud of you, and hope you have a great time here tomorrow and tomorrow evening. And I wouldn't get too excited about Pesterfield's offer if I were you. The last thing I want to do is read your guy's name in the paper. I think you've heard that from me before. So, thanks a lot. Appreciate you all.